Hello, you're watching Snowfix, episode 21. My name's Charlie.
Hi, and I'm Tim. On this show we have the usual news and feedback. Your summer Snowfix for this episode is a review of what the riding's like in indoor snow domes. It is good, it's good fun. Also, as requested by a few of you, we've got a how-to on freeboarding, which we featured in the previous episode.
But first, we're going to kick things off with a segment from HTP Films' Elekrep.
Release the rail.
Yritys.
Okay, goes a little bit like this.
1, 1, 2, microphone check. Now we take you back to the basics with the rhyme and the drum beats while my lyrical intact with the rhythm when the rap is stacked. We all about the music, we use it to travel space and time. Cause our reaction in your mind where the memories are stored, where I put the metaphors when on the iPhone. And we don't stop, we be the way gators on the beats and speaks. We keep it back with the cream, hell with the dot MCs, DJs who spin to their material. Put it on 11, this is where we so critical. We rock the place with the overweight drum and bass. The red band who dare, who don't care from the downstairs. The people who support there where we share this funky shit. Never afraid to enter the stage, we just blaze with taste. And when the case is close, you know we got soul. Not in it for the fame or the money, but I would like a Baghdad rapper gets a honey and we on it. On a daily basis, mad faces in the bar, shedding skills in the basement. But when it really comes to it, all I wanna say when I get the mic, feel alright, makes you feel alright. Makes you feel alright. loud enough, push me back with more boom bass, the ill rap. Make the suckers wanna hit the back door. They don't wanna get slapped no more, cause we feel like rain for the shit. You better check what you're made of. Blade talk is what I'm all about. Causing constipation for the people who be running their mouths. We know that. We rock steadily, heavily. From Hyvinkään to Tampereen to Capitol City. No need to act shitty, it's a waste of time. Underline what I'm saying here. We keep the party live with the dope packs and no this, the format original. Only the beer matters digital. And when it comes to the holders of the mic, competition might be tight, but we're keeping it right. Take a day at a time, keep my mind on the rhyme to an end with the rhythm, cause the rhythm is the reason.
Okay, time for the news. What's going on in the snow sports industry at the moment?
At the moment, not that much, but I did see a very interesting story. Now, the title was Never Ending Ski Slope.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds amazing, doesn't it?
But that sounds impossible.
Well, yeah, I looked into it a bit, right? And it's this company called Ski-Trac, or the method they're going to do it with is called Ski-Trac. And they've built models, and in theory, it sounds really good, right?
Is that a prop?
I brought in a prop if you don't mind. Okay.
Carry on.
So, this is a snow dome, right? It's a circular snow dome, which is suspended through electromagnets, a bit like a monorail.
Okay.
And it rotates, and it's covered in snow. And basically, you stand like you're skiing down it.
Yeah.
As you're skiing down, the snow itself is moving underneath you and against you. So it's like you end up staying in the same place. Hence the never-ending ski slope.
But
marketing.
If I were to ski fast,
yeah,
and
you might. Yeah, that's the thing.
Slower.
If you're a fast skier, and depending on the speed of the of the disc, you might run out. But then you just stop, and you stop on the side, and you get taken back up to the top without even a chairlift.
What about the other way around, right?
Mm.
So you're stopped but not out of choice. You've crashed.
Yeah.
And you're going up.
Yeah.
And you can't get up in time.
Mm.
What happens then?
They didn't mention that on their explanation, but that's an interesting point because there is what they disguise with mountains, like basically the area where the snow gets refreshed, and I imagine that's full of some kind of machines. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe you just get covered in loads of snow. Maybe you
Come
get
back out and you're
squashed like a
oh,
steamroller.
Not again. Because you can't imagine they'd stop the whole thing.
No, I don't think it's meant to ever stop.
So
I'm not sure if they've.
You just
thought
have to
about
have some people there, like, get up!
Encouraging you to get up. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
But that's cool. So in theory, if they had like jumps and rails and stuff built onto this,
how amazing would that be? The never-ending ski snow park.
That'd be awesome.
Like, say that's a jump. It's coming up. You take it, and it comes back up at you. So,
wicked.
I don't know.
But then you'd have to, like, because it's refreshing the snow, you'd have to be constantly. You'd like a team of Oompa Loompas or something to constantly rebuild the jumps and keep them.
Yes, you would need the jumps rebuilt every so often. But that's like any snow park, isn't it?
Well, I hope it does happen because it sounds awesome.
It'd be awesome. I mean, they have mentioned there's rumours of building them in Australia, China, and possibly even London, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Well.
Right, so, any more news?
Yeah, well, there's a new fad out. It's called Wakeskiing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so it's a good thing that could replace, freestyle skiing in the summer. Basically, you get dragged behind a boat, and you've got these two sort of mini wakeboards on your feet. Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
So you can do all like freestyle tricks and stuff like this, but on the water behind a boat.
Yeah.
So
it rings a bell.
yeah, it does ring a bell. Well, some people are saying it's quite similar to water skiing.
Yeah.
Except for the fact it's twin-tipped, and so it's wake skiing, and basically, it gives you the opportunity to do all the freestyle tricks.
So they've basically just renamed water skiing to suit their marketing.
Yeah, it's twin-tipped water skis, but it's wake skiing. There's a website with the company. It's nationswakeski.com. They've got some videos and stuff on there. I mean, I guess, you can.
I mean, it's true. I haven't seen. You see quite a lot of cool wakeboarding. Like they've got rails and jumps and everything. I haven't really seen anyone do it with water skis. I'm sure people do.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But these are twin-tip, so it is quite cool actually. If it's going to bring you freestyle to the
masses.
To the masses, yep. And it's something to do in the summer, which is ace.
Cool. Did you know that Whistler show we've been talking about?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Well, they're being sued.
Oh, God.
Yeah. The main character, although he dies in the first episode, Whistler's based around this character who was an ex-Olympic gold medal winning snowboarder. And the show's producers are being sued by another ex-Olympic gold medal winning snowboarder called Ross Rebagliati.
What, a real one?
Yes, in real life.
Okay.
He claims that this character is based on himself. The similarities, as far as I can tell, are that they both won a gold medal and they're both snowboarders. Basically, the character in the show used to be a bit of a womanizer and a bit of an alcoholic.
Right.
And Ross didn't like that one bit.
But so why is he thinking it's based on him?
Because they both won gold medals in the Olympics for snowboarding. Yeah. I don't think he particularly looks like him. He's not named in the same way.
It wasn't the same Olympics.
And it wasn't even the same Olympics, that's true. So
It's fairly
Ross is
tenuous.
fairly out there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He claims the character's based on him and is portraying a bad image of him.
That's odd.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I think he's obviously just in it for the money. I don't know. I mean, he hasn't got such a clean image himself. His gold medal was revoked a bit for having... Well, they gave it back to him in the end.
Did they?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah, because it was revoked because he got tested positive for marijuana, and then after he claimed it was from second-hand smoke, bullshit, he got it back. So Whistler is on CTV in Canada, VN in the States, and it's got a bit better since episode 1, but it's too much like the OC, and the guys never go out riding. Like,
What?
I mean, every so often they'll decide, but they live in the mountains and they just don't seem interested. So I've stopped watching it.
I never really managed the first one. But there you go.
And you were a bit confused by the whole flashback thing, weren't you? Yeah.
Very confused. A lot like Ross, probably.
Ross, yeah, okay. I saw that second-hand smoke.
Yeah. Right. Right. A big event in the UK that's on every year is the Metro Ski and Snowboard Show. It's the biggest European ski and snowboard show. It's held here in London in the Olympia, and it's the 18th to the 22nd of October.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically almost all sort of snow sport companies all have a big show in the same place where they can get excited about next season, basically.
Yeah, you can check out all the gear for next season.
Yeah,
You can get some good discounts as well as last season's gear.
there are. Yeah, it's good. It's good like to get excited about stuff, get your kit all sorted and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got the Trespass Quarter Pipe, which is where they're going to be holding the London ride and the London like part of the Orange Aim series this year. And it's basically a huge quarter pipe, and there's going to be people like, as well as the competitions, people doing displays and stuff, doing tricks. And basically, the areas are the Brand Arena, which is the fashion side. We have all the big brands, Oakley, Katie, that sort of thing. There's the World Resort Village, which is kind of information about all the different ski resorts around the world, where you can kind of plan your holidays. They've got an ice wall, which you can go do for free, like learn
That's
about
cool.
ice climbing, and a little dry slope where you can do some training or try out skiing and snowboarding for the first time. Perhaps bring your mates along, convince them to pick up the hobby as well. And kids get to go for free. Anyone under 14 gets to go for free. And there's even a creche where you can go and leave the little uns and escape that way. You go and hunt some bargains and watch some skiing and snowboarding. So it's a wicked event. It's the 18th till the 22nd of October here in London. And you can get the tickets online now on the website, which is Metro Ski and Snowboard
Show.com.
It's actually just metroskishow.com.
Okay, cool. This is the snow zone at the Milton Keynes Escape in the UK. One massive fridge, 2 ski lifts, and tons of real snow. Now, obviously it's not exactly the same as riding the real mountains, but it's a great place to learn, good place to keep up your riding through the summer, and Even in the winter, before you go on an expensive holiday, it's a good place to touch up so that when you arrive you can get straight into the riding. And if you're a decent rider, then yeah, going up and down such a short hill can get a little repetitive. But most centres like this nowadays have some cool freestyle nights where you pay for a block of time, and it's usually quite a good deal, and they put out rails and jumps, a couple of DJs with some music, and they're generally a really good time, and a good time to practice. This year, a group of UK snowboarders called the Euroboys have had an airbag which they've been setting up about once a month at the Park Strife event in Milton Keynes. Connect an airbag to a kicker and you've got a great place to practice backflips, inverts and any other tricks that you haven't been quite comfortable enough to practice on a real jump. So as long as you don't go too short or too long and you land in the middle of the airbag, you can't really hurt yourself. So here's a compilation of jumps that, in pretty much any other situation, would have resulted in a lot of broken bones.
Ride section of this video has a lot of information in it. It might be helpful to follow along with the Learn to Ride manual that came with your board. Warning. Because freeboards ride like snowboards, they can be dangerous. Just like on your snowboard, you can catch an edge if you're not careful. Remember, you're falling on pavement, not snow. So always wear a complete set of protective gear. You have your helmet, you have your wrist guard pads, you have your elbow pads, and you also have your knee pads. Okay. Riding your freeboard is dangerous. Freeboard recommends that you wear a full line of protective gear at all times. Even though some of the riders in this video are not wearing protective equipment, do not follow their example. Step 1, for your information. Freeboarding looks easy, but it's not. As a beginner, you have to commit to the idea that you're snowboarding on pavement. You're not skateboarding. This concept may take an hour to really understand, or it may take a week. But it is the most important first step to learning how to snowboard on the pavement. Step 2, tuning your ride. Center wheels. Your center wheel determines the amount of rocker in your board. Start with the wheel as far from the deck as possible. Truck tension will determine how tight you can carve a turn. Your front truck should be a little bit looser than your back. How loose depends on how much you weigh. Experiment with this adjustment as you learn. Step 3, binding setup. S1 bindings. Mount the bindings by using the pre-drilled binding holes. For S1 bindings, mount your nuts on top. Drill new holes if you want a custom stance or angles. S2 bindings. Mount the same as S1 bindings. For S2 bindings, mount your nuts on top. Adjust your bindings vertically and rotationally to fit your riding style. Most riders copy their snowboard setup. Step 4, starting to ride. Now that you're ready to ride your board, you'll need to find a good location to learn. Find a mellow hill with good pavement and no traffic, and remember, even experienced snowboarders have trouble learning in the beginning. The first step is learning to carve. Remember, just like snowboarding, you must always be on either your toe or heel side edge at all times. Practice carving on both your toe and heel side edges until you're comfortable. Never ride the board just flat on your center wheels. It'll be unstable. Once you're comfortable carving on both edges, you are ready to link your toe and hillside carves. Learning to link your carves is important before you start incorporating the slide. Practice the step until you feel comfortable. Step 5, learn to slide. Sliding is what makes freeboarding unique. Once you learn to slide, you will be able to do all the things you can on your snowboard, including slowing down, stopping, and sliding into switch. But first, practice it on flat ground. Put weight on your front foot, then slide your back foot around. Practice both your toe and heel side edges. Once you're dialed on flat ground, go back to your mellow hill and practice sliding while moving. Initiate your first slide while carving your first turn so you don't pick up too much speed and lose control. Use the same weighting and unweighting techniques you used on flat ground. Step 6, learn to stop. Once you get comfortable sliding the board while moving, you should practice stopping. While sliding, balance your weight across both feet. Weight your uphill edge hard and come to a complete stop. To avoid sliding into switch, keep the board perpendicular to the fall line. Step 7, link slides. Now that you can bring your board to a stop, you're ready to link your slides. Linking slides is critical to effective speed control. Enter the first turn on your toe edge. Transition to your heel side edge and initiate a small heel side slide. Bring the board back from the slide and into a heel side carve. Transition back to your toe edge. Initiate a small toe side slide. Bring the board back to a toe side carve. Now you are set up to link your next set of slides. Here it is at full speed. Once you get comfortable linking slides on your mellow hill, practice on a more challenging street. Effective sliding and carving will allow you to control your speed on any slope.
Okay, so in the viewer feedback, we got a message from Will Honjas from Reno in the USA, who said he's planning a trip to Europe, like a 5-day trip.
Okay.
And he wasn't sure if we have parks here, or if it's just kind of pistes and off-piste. We do have parks, but to be honest, they're not really anything compared to the States, I think.
They're not as big at all, but we do have parks.
Yeah.
There are some about good resorts to try. Les Deux Alpes, which we did a review of the park there in episode 16, I think. That's an awesome park. It's all close together, and there's lots of good features there. And also, Avoyaz is pretty famous for its park. It's got 4. And so, and there's a lot of good European riders over there and stuff as well. Val Park's pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's good. It's good enough for us.
Yeah. Okay. Peter Futter from Switzerland. He sent us in another bit of feedback about summer alternatives to skiing and snowboarding, and he says he's a big fan of mountain biking, in particular, like downhill mountain biking. It's like for similar sort of adrenaline and kind of nipping about, dodging trees.
Going through the trees like that, like downhill.
Shooting down.
Especially if you do duels, like when 2 people go down the same end. It's kind of like
road
race.
style.
Yeah.
And
Road
also
rash.
like dirt kickers and stuff like that. He
Yeah.
says it's a good alternative for the sort of adrenaline side of hammering about. So,
Yeah, well, he says it's like riding powder or the park.
Yeah.
So, in terms of adrenaline, yeah, I think so. Cameron Phillips from Melbourne in Australia sent us some bad news, actually.
Yeah.
We had originally reported that the season over in Australia and New Zealand was off to a good start. It was. I mean, they had like really early snowfall and quite a lot of it, but apparently that was pretty much it. And since then, it's mostly been made from snow cannons. They got about 50 centimeters over the whole season.
Was it?
That sounds rubbish, doesn't
And
it?
apparently, as well, they had to pump. They ran out of water for the snow cannons. They were pumping up the mountain, but bummer.
So hopefully next year things will be looking up.
Just a one-off. But yeah, if you've got any feedback like that, send it in to snowfix@negativegravity.co.uk.
Yeah, or comment on our blog snowfix.tv.
Yeah. Also, don't forget to sign the Frapper map, which is you can add a pin of whereabouts you live if you watch the show.
I'm very upset. Those skiers are outnumbering snowboarders at the moment. So if you're a snowboarder, please get on and add yourself.
And if you're a skier, carry on getting on.
No, I think we can win. Yeah, so from now on, when the episodes are released, we're also going to have them play live straight from the site. So you don't need to download it. You can still, subscribe through iTunes and get them automatically. But it helps if you want to show the show to a friend. Just send them to snowfix.tv. They'll be able to watch them right from there, and also on YouTube, and where you can subscribe as well.